On the Bucket Show, a podcast centered around optimizing all life's buckets. We all have buckets we are balancing: coaching, entrepreneurial ventures, family, passion projects, and health. Let's all take this journey together and become bucket fillers. And here's your host, Chris McSwain.
Welcome back to Beyond the Buckets. Thank you for joining us. It is good to be back. Took a little bit of a break, but I'm excited to be here and share with you. We will continue to have more guests on the show, but we're also going to be diving into some solo podcasts, little micro podcasts, where we can kind of get things done in a short period of time. Hopefully give you guys a few nuggets to start your week. So I'm excited to kind of share some of that stuff with you. But one thing I always do is I'm constantly taking notes. I have this whole note on my phone that has all the things that I think about. If I wake up in the morning and I think about something, I put it down in a note. Or if I hear a quote that I really like or really enjoy, I put it in a note. I think writing this stuff down can be very important for you. And I'm excited to share some of those quotes and things to remember that I always add to on a day-to-day basis. The first thing that I want to talk about is messaging. Everything is a message. When you walk into a restaurant, there's messaging that is taking place. When you walk into a grocery store, there's messaging that's taking place. If you go to a Safeway compared to a Whole Foods, there is messaging that is taking place. What is the message? What you wear on a day-to-day basis is also a message. How you wear your hairstyle, if you have a beard, if you shave, whether it be male or female, everybody has different messaging. And I think it's extremely important to message the right way. How you communicate, your communication style. I know as a coach, sometimes it's not what they heard, it's how you say it. Because you could say it in a way that makes people feel really, really bad about themselves, but all you can be saying is work harder. Well, if you're yelling work harder, that may be a different message for certain people that can't really take that. And I think messaging is very important. One of my favorite restaurants that I go to with my wife for special occasions is Alexander Steakhouse here in the Bay Area. And that steakhouse has tremendous messaging. When you walk through the big door, when you walk in and see all of the dry-aged meat right there in front of your face, you can see exactly what you're going to be eating. You see this immaculate mahogany bar. You've got a wait staff that comes with tremendous, tremendous professionalism. That's what you want, is messaging. And so when you think about the way you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis, you want to think about that messaging. What is the message that you are presenting out into this world? And you'll find, if you're more cognizant about it, that hopefully things are going to be a lot better as far as communicating and just, really effectively moving your day. Number 2, if something is free, you are the product. I'm going to say this again. If something is free, you are the product. Think about all the things that are free. A lot of social media, most of it is free. YouTube, free. You are the product. They want you staying on their product. TikTok, which is one of the most identified apps in the entire world, it is collecting your thoughts. It is collecting your presence. It is collecting everything. And then they put an algorithm together that makes you stay on it. Instagram, Snapchat, all of these things are now free, and it's taken away from your other productivity. If you're the product, you're probably not going to be as productive. Just look in your screen time and see how long you've spent on those said apps. If your screen time is up there, it's because you're the product. And that product can now sell information about you to other companies that find you attractive. And so just remember, if something is free, you are the product. The next one we have is attention is your most valuable asset. If you've got somebody's attention, you can be an asset. If you are a coach and you've got the attention of your team and they follow through with the direction that you were trying to lead them in, well, that's a huge asset. Attention is the most valuable asset. If you are a boss, you run a company or you're in leadership and you've got the attention of your staff, that business is going to run because that system is already ingrained and they're going to follow through with that system. And if you don't have that attention, or you just think about anything, every single company wants your attention. That's why there is advertising. That's why companies try to market. That's why there are commercials. Well, those commercials don't have the same oomph as they once had because nobody watches commercials anymore. So now you're seeing little short ads being sprung into your Instagram, your Facebook, even TikTok, YouTube. There's ads unless you go through the payroll. And that's why attention is the most valuable asset. When somebody goes viral, they need to be able to strike on that virality because they have everybody's attention. So if somebody was trying to go viral and they accidentally did it, which a lot of people have, that's one of the most hard things to deal with if you are a person that actually got somebody's attention and you weren't able to actually capitalize on it and monetize it. So I think attention is good in certain aspects or realms, and we could talk social media, we could talk coaching, we could talk leadership, you can even talk parenting. I think all those things are really great, but attention is the most valuable asset. And one last final one for you, and this kind of like hits close to home. The African American community hides things because of the pain of our ancestry. This is one that I've kind of pondered a lot on recently. My grandmother, who's 93 years old, I've had a lot of really great talks with her over the last 6 months. And I did a whole hour-long podcast that only taped 8 minutes, so I'm not going to post that. But I learned so much because she was born in 1930, which was right after the Great Depression. And then she got to see every part of technology, every part of social action when it comes to African Americans and things like that. And so she discussed our community hiding things because of the pain from our ancestry. So it's really difficult to change things over a short period of time, but as things start to become more in history, you can now start to share some of these things. And that's one of the things I wanted to share with you guys today is, the African American community does hide certain things because of the pain of its ancestry. And even to this day, there's a lot of things that still go on, but I think we've made a lot of progress, and my grandmother thinks that we've made a lot of progress, and I'm just happy that our community has done these things. And for me, I always never wanted to share certain things. I always kept it very tight to my chest, and I didn't want to share with everybody else. But doing this podcast has really allowed me to open up myself and not hide and not be afraid about really putting things out there in the world that you want to be heard and relevant. And who knows, somebody may hear this and it may spark something. And that's why we do it. So Thank you for listening to today's podcast. We'll be doing a lot more. We got some guests coming up here pretty soon. But I really, really appreciate everybody that listens, likes, shares, and subscribes. You know, we never know where this is going to go, but I'm really enjoying it. And thank you guys for tuning in. So I'm out. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for listening to the Beyond the Buckets podcast. Please remember to subscribe, rate, and share the show with your friends. And until next time, take care.